Okay. Wait. At the bottom right, our red night elf. It is reset, and he is going to go Demon Hunter. No Keeper. Interesting. I actually thought he would play Keeper because the recent times I've seen him against Orc, he's played Keeper, but apparently against Ravin, preferring the Demon Hunter. And Ravin going for the Blade. We have a shop, so going to be creeping something and then purchasing healing from there.
A player's forces are under attack.
So like, okay. The interesting thing to see this game is what does reset go into afterwards? Is it going to be lures and bears? Is it going to be winds and talons? And will he be able to stop the tower push? Because I think Ravin might actually go for a tower push against this. One second. Let me post this. While not much is going on.
A player's forces are under attack.
Blade Master chasing an archer here. We'll be able to take out one. Demon Hunter, no items picked up. We do have the circlet for the blade. And I think the tech from reset, maybe it's at the right timing. I thought maybe it was a little slow, but it looks like the right timing. Picks up dust. No boots though, just dust. And we'll be able to get a mana burn off here, which is kind of what you want out of this dust. And he might go for another mana burn as the blade runs away. So, yeah. And the big thing with that is that now that the blade is out of mana, he either needs to get a clarity, which is risky because, you know, it can get cancelled, or it can just get burned again, or he's just kind of out of mana for a while, and then that leaves the elf able to creep however they want for a while. Peon being a nuisance here. And Quinton, oh, is there a gap? Oh, yeah, there is a gap here, so the DH can actually walk through. Oh my god. What is this? Okay, we have a Hunter's Hall on the way. Hunter's Hall actually taking up a valuable position though, which could be awkward because sometimes you need that spot for your wins or lures or whatever, or your shop. But yeah, as you can see, now the shop kind of out here hanging in the front can be picked off later pretty easily. Ravin going Shadow Hunter, Bestiary, Brute Strength, and still yet to see if he adds in a Totem, or we got a War Mill. Well, we shall see. Yeah, we'll be able to get another burn off here. That is huge. No more Windwalks for the blade. He actually might be able to get another burn before the next Windwalk if he's in range. Okay. Blade gets out of range. That was actually crucial though for the blade to get out of there. Because if he gets burned once again, oof, that would hurt. Going to check out to the camp, but DH isn't really going to creep at level 5 by himself. However, we got a little Naga push here. And with the blade so low on mana, so low on health, this push is actually quite scary. Very nice dust there. But with that Hex coming in, DH dropping a bit low. No potions picked up, no shop in the center of the map either. Sometimes for the elf you want a shop somewhere here. And then you can pick up 1 or 2 heal potions and do this sort of push. But it is just going to be not like a full committed push, just try to poke, deal some damage, then back off and creep. And it worked out. He got the level 5, took the pendant. And the blade, on the other hand, ended up having to buy 2 potions himself. Reset in a pretty good spot here. We got raiders on the way. No secondary tier 2 production building. Just 1 bestiary, 1 barracks. Reset on the other hand. 1 lore, tier 3 on the way. So looking to be going into bears eventually. And he did get the improved bows for increased range. But yeah, okay. Raven stealing a little camp here on the elf side. We'll be able to take this level 5 null back. And what is he going to get? Will he get a pendant himself? Pendant can be, of course, amazing for the Shadowhunter. It's a ring of regen, which I would say late game against bears, not too great. Because the bear fights usually go pretty fast. And you, as Orc, you typically want to fight before bears are even a thing. So, yeah, Blade Master just kind of being a nuisance here. Ring of Regen will help right now, but might be sold later once we near 50 food. Oh my god. Reset does get the item, the Bone Chimes. Pretty big pickup, especially with bears coming eventually. We do see a Dryad first. And DH still not level 3, however there is a green camp right here. So we can take that real quick if he wants. And Raven stealing the camp. Has a couple raiders. 4th grunt, 3rd raider coming. Did not see if he got pillage. Also, he has not picked up an armor or attack upgrade yet. But it is just grunt raider so far. Which to me means he needs to get something done here pretty soon. And that something done either needs to be killing Moonwells or setting up an expansion with towers. And it looks like it's going to be the expansion play. Actually adding in a totem, which indicates he probably still wants to be able to fight at some point rather than completely raider hit and running. We'll see what happens. Oh, nice mana burn on the blade. And nice block as well. Blade's taking a lot of damage. Oh my god. The slow. Huge damage on that blade. And very significant. Now the blade. Oh my god. Don't come back in, bro. I guess he does have heal potion. Yeah, reset will secure this camp. Should get level 3 now. Level 2. And what will he get here? Heal potion would be probably the best. Invuln. Also really good. Potentially just as good as heal potion, especially with rejuvenation available. Raven also looking to just creep for now, trying to get his level 3 shadow. Always a big thing to level up the Shadow Hunter as much as you can. And we do have bears coming out. He does have a master already as well, taking the red here. And gets a Wand of the Wind. Pretty big pickup. Pretty big pickup. Can be annoying to use, but you know, you can get a lot of value of it from facing these walkers. Walkers don't really want to disenchant one Wand of the Wind usage because it's a lot of mana. But yeah, you know, you might prefer like heal wards could be really good, especially if he's fighting against spiked barricades later. But I mean, Wand of the Wind is the type of item that could just win a fight for him, for sure. And with this many bears, Raven's in a tough spot. It's all going to come down to this expansion, but in order to hold this expo, Raven really needs to get this army to the elf base right now. Is he actually just gonna fight? Like, I don't know if Raven can fight this straight up. I guess he does have a level advantage with level 3 Shadowhunter. He has level 2 Serpents. Maybe he can fight this, but it is 4 bears with 1/1 upgrades already. And a Wand of the Wind, level 3 DH Invuln. Oh, nice ensnare though, in tower range. And so far, actually a good start to the fight for Reset, but the Raiders taking a huge chunk of damage. And a rejuve coming out on that weak bear. There is one disenchant available, but not being used for that one rejuve. Kodo trying to get in to eat, and bears getting healed back up. One bear starting to finally drop low. Raiders dropping quickly. Kodo not being able to eat yet, and Blade also dropping low, but still has plenty of potions to use. Invuln should be popped in a sec. Elf heroes starting to carry. Bears only a couple left, but still pretty strong. Especially with only a couple grunts left, and the Blade getting chased down and actually dies there. Oh my god. Vamp Aura as well. Very nice pickup for bear strategy. Not to mention for the Demon Hunter. And honestly, without the Vamp Aura, these bears and the Demon Hunter, like, may have been a lot lower health here. Serpent wards do manage to hold on though. So, bit of a crazy fight with Raven losing quite a bit, but he does hold on. He is devouring a bear currently. But the big thing is that the Blade died and it is expensive to get back. Gold mine not really fully mining yet. Serpent ward's going to drop. Kodo getting chipped down a bit. Really needs to save this because you do not want that bear to get out. But it looks like he's not going to be able to save it. Needs to peon block or something. Oh, staff the bear. Oh, he's just gonna rejuve it right in front of his face. No big deal. And Shadowhunter getting focused, has no mana. Greater healing, but no mana. How do you fight this elf army? Raven starting to collapse here. Wasn't able to really take on the bears. And I think he's just not prepared. Gave Reset too much time. Reset got his bears out. Took the 50 food fight with Orb of Venom, Staff. Even 1/1 upgrades. Vampire definitely helping a bit, but honestly, bear armor is just pretty strong. Did get another bear eaten, but one more Kodo gets blocked out. Unable to be saved. And the Orc heroes going to have a rough time healing up, but crits! Oh, watch out for the crits. If we can get another crit here, then it could be something. Yeah, bear going to block a bit. No raider out currently, so no ensnare. However, Raven has held on, but in the meantime, his expo died to 2 bears sent over there. And Reset in an amazing position now, setting up his own expo as well, since he had cleared the bottom. Naga going to refill on mana, maybe pick up a Orb of Venom potentially. No, just going to get mana, come back. Sometimes you will see a late game Orb of Venom on the Naga and just prioritize Forked Lightning. But Frost Arrow is of course still decent as well. And Raven not being able to move much at all, stuck in his base. And bears aren't really something that you typically come back against. If you fall behind against them, their rejuvenations just kind of snowball out of control. But we will see Raven try to hold on here. Maybe he can get some good ensnares within burrow range, pick off some bears. But we do see a quick staff out after the first ensnare runs out. And Reset just looking to take out the buildings on the outskirts for now. Does not want to commit to pushing in yet. There is no spiked barricades either, so these bears not hurting themselves just yet. Serpent wards starting to get set up. Some ensnares coming out. We might actually see some bears die to this if we get enough serpent wards out and some good ensnares in burrow range. But there's so many bears, and the DH is also almost level 5. Oh, nice little munch there, actually taking out the bear that wanted to rejuvenate. Oh, sadly missed that one. I mean, Raven's holding on. But Reset's Expo should be just about ready to start mining. And his army still very strong with 4 bears here. Another one on the way. Wait, what happened to the Expo? I didn't see what happened to the Expo, but did he like cancel it? I don't think Raven canceled it with anything, did he? I feel like Reset canceled it on accident, maybe. I'm not really sure what happened. Feels bad, man. Yeah, Raven just holding on as best he can, but stuck in his base, can't even get a shot back up. And the bear is just really oppressive at this point. Elf butt. Almost level 5 DH. And just going for the haul, but Raven does poke out to stop this. Get some ensnares. We do have multiple burrows loaded up. Dealing a good chunk of damage, but there's still so many bears. Great Hog does get healed. Kodo coming out though. Trying to get something to eat. Oh, Blade is going for the cancel on the tree. Maybe he had canceled it earlier as well. I'm not sure. Honestly, Raven's holding on pretty well. But eventually these bears will be pushing through. And the level 5 DH, kind of a hard carry at this point. The only solution Orc has is Hex, but there's too many bears to really go for any sort of Hex focus fire play on the DH right now, so he's just kind of let loose here. Nearing Superman status. Going for the burrow, will take out one burrow. Needs to be a little careful with these bears. He does have one rejuve available on this one, and will use it. Couple more bears on the way. And now with more bears on the way, this is where Reset will start to overpower with the next set of rejuvenations coming out. Trying to take out this barracks, really wants to just push in and end it, but Raven with the base defense, the serpent wards, and canceling the tree with the blade. By the way, this whole base defense was without the blade even there, and down like 20 food. By the way. Oh, Invuln? Invuln goes to the blade. Not sure if Reset noticed. Oh yeah, picks off the archer, gets level 4. Yeah, those rejuvenations from that new set of bears were huge. Now we have a healthy bear army with a high count of bears, and Reset going to just push in here, I believe. Raven unable to get his shot back up. Still without mana on his Shadow Hunter. And there's only going to be a couple snakes this time. And Reset going for the kill, trying to just take out the Great Hall, the stronghold. But also has plenty of damage to spare to take out these raiders and grunts. One bear might be falling, but that's about it. The Orc army getting decimated. And Demon Hunter diving in. Level 5 on the Naga. One Dryad will fall. But for the one Dryad, he's taking out the entire Orc army. Chasing down the Shadow Hunter now. The Spare can still be saved with a staff if needed. Finally spiked barricades as well. Maybe if this spiked barricades was a little sooner, he could have pushed the elf away a bit sooner as well. But we do see Raven call the GG. Game 2, last Refuge. These players' MMR is actually both pretty high right now. I'm pretty sure not too long ago, Reset was like 1780 while I was like 1850. Now I'm like 1800 and he's like 1900. MMR is pretty volatile this season. They fluctuate a lot. Anyways, this game, however, top right, our yellow orc player RavinDrannor. Will he do anything different? So far looking the same. Likely to be Blademaster Grunts once again. And at the bottom left, our red night elf Reset. Will be interesting to see if he decides to go for a keeper this time or continue with the Demon Hunter. Let's see. For 104 Reset. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? It is the Demon Hunter again. Interesting. I am pretty sure I saw Reset play recently. Recently? Yeah. I saw him play an orc recently, and I think he went keeper both games. Even though I was expecting DH. And now I was expecting keeper because he did that. And he's going DH. Or maybe I'm thinking of against an undead. I don't remember. Either way, it is interesting to see that he plays Demon Hunter now against Orc instead of the Keeper. Demon Hunter, of course, can be pretty powerful. Mana burn, very valuable at getting rid of the mana on the blade and allowing you to creep pretty easily without worry of a blade harassing you once the mana's gone. Blade, however, going for Circlet, Dust. Do we see a second Circlet? Looks like he's just going to go creeping instead. Wait for that Shadow Priest or High Priest. And Grunt scouting out the demon. We'll see that the elf is thinking about creeping, but Reset is just going to back off, unsure of where the blade is currently at. And Wand of Illusion on the blade. That is definitely a crazy item on this map in particular, with so many camps that you can pull. Pulling the Merc camp, Murlocs, Goldmine. Like if the elf is standing here, the orc could pull 4 different camps into them. Just have 4 different camps fighting the elf. Balance. Okay, we have a replenishment potion, which honestly, not too bad in this situation. Will allow him to heal up a bit, get his mana back up a bit, but he is going to get it mana burned fairly quickly, not getting full value out of it. Goes for double Wand of Illusion here too. I wonder if he was trying to get some like cheeky surround, but Reset not getting caught by that, and also focusing the correct Blade Master, getting him low, and the illusions. Going to just have to back off. Raven nearing his tier 2. Reset's tier 2 quite a bit later this time. Looks like he probably forgot his tech for an extra 5 or so seconds. Which, not a huge deal, but it can be sometimes to be behind a bit in tech. More grunts on the way. Still only 1 actually on the field though, I believe. Yeah, we do have a peon scout, but otherwise only 1 grunt Boots picked up for reset. Does he go for... okay. Dust as well. Wants to catch out the blade and might be able to do so, but oh, nice illusion here. Will bait out the mana burn as well as spot the DH. Wisp did see the blade running away though. Oh my... Wind walks in time, but does still get burned. However, will be able to use the backstab damage on something if he wants. Does he go for his surround? Oh. I wonder if he could have baited somehow. Bait an archer to get hit and then surround with the other archers. Probably not. Raven probably just would have walked past. Okay, we do see the bestiary once again. And once again, no secondary tech building right away at least. But we may see him add in a lodge later. Going for a Grunt Raider Walker type army. And reset once again with the Naga and around 6 archers. Does not have improved bows yet. Also no tier 3 tech yet either. Still a bit short on gold, especially with 6 archers, dust, boots. Like, that's a lot of gold cost. So still a ways from tier 3 and lower production buildings. But we do have the Shadow Hunter on the field. One grunt getting ensnared. Raven does, I believe, steal that ogre. But the grunt gets ensnared again. And reset's gonna focus that one down. But the counter focus on the DH going to force reset back. And he will just TP out. Does not want to risk getting hexed a second time. That will secure the camp for Raven, and he did save his grunt as well on 100 health. Scroll of the Beast. Actually, not terrible. Personally, if this ends up being bears, which it is going to be bears once again, I think Scroll of the Beast can actually be decent for hitting a 50 food push timing as the orc. However, you can still, of course, get it dispelled by wisps, but you know, sometimes you can catch the elf just outside of their base and use it then when there's not a wisp actually there. Looking to creep this Shadow Hunter up to level 3. And the blade trying to find the elf, but not spotting him so far. However, through deduction, he should be able to realize the elf was creeping the shop. And now the blade just waiting for him to start creeping this. Both sides content to just sit here, having a little long distance stare down. Shadow Hunter continuing to creep. And going for the expo once again. So not wanting to commit to an all-in or anything, but instead expand. We'll see if he can get it to work out for a better this time. Last time there were too many bears and Raven just didn't have enough to hold it off. Only one tower. And we get Devotion Aura. Oh my god. Vamp Aura last game, Devotion Aura this game. Muddy! Oh no, Muddy! You're not immune to ensnare, Muddy. What are you doing out here? Actually, kind of a big pickup to get that Mud Golem right away. And the Ancient War Falling is also significant, because Elf would ideally like to either continue creeping with that in future camps, or defend with it if expecting a push. So Raven in a much better spot this time. He's about reached his peak 50 food army here. You know, usually you add like 1 Kodo or something now, I guess. But he does still need level 3 and should be able to get it from this camp. And then we may see some sort of pressure play. And Raven pressuring the elf could be huge here because one of the lures is out front. So he might be able to pick that off, especially with the siege damage from the raiders. No 50 food unit yet though, surprisingly. Do we have, okay, invuln, heal scroll. Pretty significant to take it from this shop as well in case the elf wanted it. An elf looking to pressure the expo, but Orc is actually really strong right now. This elf army is weak and getting caught out. This is exactly what the Orc wants. You want to take out the elf army before bears start kicking in, and then make it so that the elf can just never get enough to actually pressure your expansion in the future either. And this is amazing. Gets us around on the DH, will force the invuln and or the TP. Rejuve finally coming out, bear coming out, but the bears, oh, you don't want to be in this fight, Mr. Bear. There's too much orc. Heal ward getting placed, not going to get much value. TP going to be used eventually, I believe. Should see an ensnare coming out on the Naga. Oh, going for the DH once again. Nice disenchant though. And we did see that roar scroll coming in handy a bit there as well. But reset does TP out. I didn't even realize he dropped that low of health real quick there. He was like 16 health DH. When did that happen? I thought he was just like 300 health a second ago. I was literally looking at it. It's so fast. Okay, Raven does have his expo up and fully saturated with a shop also coming on the way. Reset is going to try to do some economic damage. However, Orc is here, Orc is ready. Shadowhunter is a little bit ways away, but just picking up mana and will be there soon. And with only 2 bears, okay, 3 bears, but this one could get ensnared before morphed. And this is a very winnable fight for the, oh my god, Raven! No, you're throwing, bro! Oh no! He walked into the creeps, and now he's getting his blade ensnared. He does have invuln, probably wants to use it right away. Going for the hero focus, wants to get that Naga out of the fight. But he got a raider killed by the creeps. Kodo still getting smacked by the poison creep. Finally gets a bear eaten. Blade Master going to work on that Naga, but there is rejuvenation, there is boots of speed, no windwalk. Oh my god. Raven starting to stabilize now. Can still fight this. Raven's army is still decently strong, even with feeding the raider to the creeps. Big thing is being careful with your hero. Blade Master needs to get out. Speed scrolls out. And then of course he needs to save these. 2 Kodos have eaten 2 bears. Berserker will go down. And Reset actually starting to do some damage here. Blade Master still half health. Another Kodo coming out. Raven's army is very interesting. He mostly needs to at some point have an extra grunt or raider here to actually add some real damage. But he's eating Kodos. He has 2 Kodos eaten right now. 4 walkers for a lot of magic damage. Okay, now we're getting some meat in the front line. We got a grunt, we got a raider. I would actually like to see another grunt and a burrow and a shop. You'd like another shop here, a burrow here, another grunt, some healing. He wants everything. Make everything, please. Okay. No upgrades currently. Might see an armor upgrade in the future, however, not crucial as currently he does have 5 walkers and 3 Kodos, which don't actually benefit from upgrades, from armor and damage upgrades. However, the bear count starting to get significant again. He has 4 bears, 2 bears still in the stomachs of these Kodos. There is a lot of magic damage on these walkers, but 1 raider getting caught out immediately. You really don't want to lose that yet. You want to get some ensnares off, run this Kodo away if possible. Nice speed scroll to get it out. And the elf army, when there's only a few bears like this, the walkers can really put in some good damage. as we can see here, but the Shadow Hunter, low on mana, does still have a mana potion. We might see him use that soon to pop some more heal waves. Nice focus fire here onto the bear, and look at that magic damage, go! Bear drops. Next bear should be focused here. Heal wave coming out after the mana potion used, being able to save those walkers, but immediately burned. Last of the mana on the Shadow, but he levels up. Might get another spell here soon. But one code O is getting focused and will fall. That will be one bear saved. However, how much? Oh, he has a rejuve. Immediately dispelled. Good play by Raven there to get that. How much longer can the elf stay? He really wants to get these Kodos. But there is a Hex on the Shadow. Hex! Hex! Oh my god! He's coming! Oh my god. Reset was not ready for that. That was actually pretty close there. Like, Reset was starting to save his bears by killing the Kodos. But the invuln ran out right when Raven had, you know, some mana again. Immediately hexes and Demon Hunter falls. 1-1. Game 3 will be on Concealed Hill. Spawning at the top right, our red Night Elf, Reset. Last game, ending up not being able to take on the Kodos well enough. Getting caught out with that Hex at the end as well. Losing the DH. We'll see if he can turn that around here. He was pretty close to being able to pressure the Orc once again at the Expo, but just not enough this time. And at the bottom left, our yellow Orc and winner of the last game, RavinDrannor, once again going for the Blademaster Grunts, it appears. And seems to be comfortable with his style. Must have realized maybe there was just some mistakes in the first game that allowed a Reset to win, and he fixed some of those mistakes in the second game. Stabilized at his expansion better. Also was not facing Vampara this time. He was facing Devotion again, or this time, but you know. Maybe Reset won't get one of those good auras this time. And it is a keeper, Reset changing it up. So finally a deviation from the first two games. Keeper can have a much different playstyle. However, Keeper can also do the same sort of playstyle as Demon in a way. You can go Keeper into Bears, same as you would do Demon Hunter into Bears, and then you just get a Demon Hunter second, potentially. Or you can go like Pit Lord second, or, you know, really a lot of different heroes second. But what that can allow you to do is have more presence in the early game with Entangle rather than Mana Burn, and better creeping ability as well, which can speed creep your second hero up through Treants and or Entangle. Raven going the same build as last two games, I believe. Should be looking to tech next and then add another burrow. Reset, doing a little bit of split creeping here. Wants to get both camps secured before the Orc comes across. We'll have his level 2. And now, where does he go from here? Looks like Raven is going to go for the shop camp. Bugging out the High Priest. And Reset coming across, but will he make it? I think he can make it just in time. And with an Entangle on the Grunt, could be pretty huge. Oh, picks up the dust for Raven. We'll go for the last hit here. Gets the level up. Oh my god, Wand of Illusion! Raven had no item space. I think using the speed scroll for picking up the Wand of Illusion might have been worth. I'm not sure. You really just don't want to give the Wand of Illusion to the elf. So I think it would have been worth to use the speed scroll there just to deny it, right? Like worst case scenario, you could technically sell the wand and just buy another speed scroll, right?
Forces are under attack.
That's better than giving the wand to the elf. But we do see the wand for the elf, and that is going to allow him to keep tabs on the orc. Sees the blade at his base currently. Grunt's hiding away now. Finally a second grunt on the way. And Reset currently not getting an expo and is going archers, no huntresses. So we may once again see a similar strategy, just with a keeper first rather than a DH. The biggest thing in question now is, what is the second hero going to be? Oh, nice little dust here. Spots the blade. And he will be able to prevent it from stealing anything. For now, at least. But he may need to use another charge of dust at some point. Oh my god. Backstab into crit. Into dust, and the archer is going to fall. Oh my god. Blades damage sometimes. This guy's crazy. Gotta watch out for that sword saint. Blade walking away. Does have another salve. Going for the windwalk here. There is another dust as well. But with inner fire and bloodlust on these creeps, Reset deciding to back off, as he also does not have much for mana. Blade Master looking to poke in here. Could go for a wisp. Misses using the backstab, but okay. So yeah, Reset is content to play the same strategy. Naga second, potentially pressure a little, then back off and continue creeping, and just go into bears. We have the lore. You might add one more wisp and then tech, or maybe you already added wisps. Yeah, I'll probably just see the tech next. So in 100 gold. And the blade needs to be careful. He has no way out. He's surrounded. He needs to go for the treant kill, maybe. Not going to get it. Another entangle will secure the kill. Shadowhunter trying to save him, but not enough. And now the Shadowhunter might get cut out. Okay, there will be one grunt probably entangled. Speed scroll does manage to save it just in time. And that blade was a little too over eager there. Diving into the elf army. And now elf's going to pressure, and Raven's creeping. He's going to get caught out here, or he's going to just lose a burrow anyways, and then grunts are going to be focused after. Does he have ultra vision? I don't think Reset has ultra vision. He doesn't currently see the orc army here, but he's about to see it, and he might just go for either a bunch of grunt pickoffs or even just the Shadowhunter. Shadowhunter not really having a way out, no speed scroll on him. Going to just go for grunts for now. 20 mana away from the next entangle, but the shaman gets picked off without doing anything. No purge used. Shadowhunter, however, level 2, huge pickup. And we will have one more entangle. Oh, forked lightning, not enough for that grunt. Will we see the entangle used here? Does actually manage to pick off that grunt in the end. It walked a little too far forward, but he's losing all of his archers in return. An entangle should secure the Shadowhunter kill. Huge pickup there. You really want to get rid of that Shadowhunter and prevent him from creeping to 3. And the fact that the Shadowhunter reached level 2 means he is going to be in the altar for an even longer duration. Double lores pumping out. We got one Dryad coming, one Dryad already out, and then we will see bears. And I do not know if Raven is ready for the bears. This is looking rough for our orc player. He did actually go for a different strategy this time as well, opting for Shaman rather than Raider Walker. And honestly, I do think Shaman are in most cases superior to walkers. So I honestly don't hate them here. However, he has lost 2 of his shamans, so oh my god. Almost gets the Naga. Invuln is forced. Reset finally going to back off with no mana, no health. But yeah, Shaman later can purge bears to act similar to an ensnare in a sense. Purge them into a position where they can't move. But also they get rid of roar, they get rid of rejuve. Their damage is, you know, like they're cheaper than walkers with lower damage, but it's fine. Now, of course, walkers do have AoE disenchant, which can be better for getting rid of roar. But shaman have a lot of purge, which is probably better against rejuvenation in general. And since rejuvenation is usually the bigger problem, being able to single them out with a purge can be pretty valuable rather than having to spend 150 mana on an AoE disenchant. Blade Master getting caught out, going to take a huge chunk of damage here. Is he going to die? Oh my god, he actually just died. What? The Keeper, the Orba Venom Roar Keeper did so much damage there, dude. What the? That was so much damage from the Keepo. Raven calls the GG, and we have a 2-1 for reset.